I told y'all that we think that we are in the middle of what people like to call gender wars. And I told y'all that we are moving farther and farther away from gender wars to what they call, I think, 4B.
Disappointed women are actually swearing off men.
There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years.
They're saying no to dating, no to marriage, no to sex,
Celibacy, at least to me, isn't that hard.
and no to having children. The 4B movement was actually started by women in South Korea back in 2019 as part of their version of the Me Too movement. The number 4 refers to dating, marriage, sex, and children.
And 4B is explained as a total separation or division from men and women to just stop fucking with each other. So at some point, and that was why I needed the ladies to be here tonight, because if y'all heard my message at the end of last week's show, I said that you first as a person have to understand who you are as a person before you even start dealing with somebody. And once you learn who you are as a person, then you need to learn who they are as a person. And then you need to understand real life fucking situations before you can just move along. Because you got the women being afraid to fuck with niggas because they don't trust them. They think every nigga cheating, X, Y, and Z. And then you got the guys who feel like it ain't worth it to just fuck with one girl. Or they just might just be too childish or not ready to fuck with one girl. But you have to understand where you stand as a person, man. So I'm going to play this next video to give y'all an idea of the next topic. But like I said, this is where we're headed if y'all don't get y'all shit together.
Thing happening in AI too, where people who are lonely are leaning into like almost like relationship with AI, which is makes me sad.
I think relationships with AI systems are one of the areas that I'm most concerned about. Because it's happening at a time when there is this loneliness epidemic. And so now you have a system that's always on, can know everything about you, including the things that make you laugh, the things that make you smile, depending on how much information you've given it. It knows so much. It's always on. It doesn't judge you because it's not a real thing. And it can fill a lot of voids. I think that there's a difference between a system that can be emotionally supportive. And I think I'm okay with that if we figure out what that boundary is. But a system that makes you more reluctant to build human relationships, that's a problem. And we're starting to see AI become that. 1 in 5 adults have already used AI systems for the purpose of companionship and romantic relationship. And then a more recent study showed 1 in 4 young people think that AI could one day be a viable partner as an option. So we are trending towards a future where more people may get in more serious relationships with AI systems.
What does that mean? What is a more serious relationship? Like,
there are serious relationships today that people are in where they have fallen in love with AI systems and it takes up a lot of their time. And for some people, it's been supportive and helpful.
I don't want to just like laugh it off and whatever.
No,
like, what is like what does that mean? Like, and what I don't know. What do you know about that?
Yeah, so
how that could even happen.
There was, because some of it is actually very helpful. So there was one woman who was going through I think she was going through postpartum depression.
Okay.
So she had the system that she could log into in the middle of the night and just talk about the things that she couldn't talk about with her partner. And she said it's been this system that she's really gotten close to. And so that's one of those situations where you could see how it could maybe be helpful. I'm not a psychologist, so I feel like I'm not the person to say that's the healthiest way to use it. But I could understand and empathize with her point of view. Then there are other people who have left partners or have just kind of become a bit more delirious because they have fallen for this AI system that follows them everywhere.
Because technically, you could share so much about yourself and what you want and what would make you happy that it could actually mirror back to you
And you can
in conversation, it's like a really good pen pal or a really good,
and you could put the role play. So you could say, I like somebody that is a bit more confident, but then also romantic. You could give it all of the things you would have made in a list about your ideal partner and say, be this. And it could become that, theoretically.
Do you have to tell it to become? Would you have to say, could you play the role? Like, I don't understand, because how does it talk to you in that way?
So both. So you could just start to engage with it, and it would just kind of pick up based on your tone, based on your feedback. And that's one thing about these systems that's really helpful. They learn your style of communication as you engage with them. And so that can be really helpful in education scenarios.
I found my perfect match.
And
it really gets me.
And of course,
you're thinking it really gets me. My chat gets me.
Of course it gets you. Yeah. And it's always on, it's always available. But you can also, there are ones that you can say, be this, play this role, be mean to me, be nice to me.
Not be mean to me.
You whatever it is that you wanted,
whatever
you could technically program that.
Is that like a real number? Like of people? Like, is this a real, or is this just like a fluke here and there?
No.
Lonely people. Or is this like
it's growing. The amount of downloads of AI girlfriends in the App Store and people using even systems like ChatGPT for support and companionship is one of the highest use cases. Not necessarily my hopefully future fiance use cases, but I think that's coming.
I was saying, this isn't anything new. It's just something that's advancing. And I seen people in the chat saying that, what? Or is this real? It's fucking real than a motherfucker. Yes, it's extremely real. People are talking more to ChatGPT, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even know what that shit is called because I've never been on it. People are talking to their AI shit, and then it's going to formulate personalities that's attractive to you. So instead of having conversations where you might feel like this person isn't listening to me, or this person doesn't get what I'm saying, whatever it may be, people are talking to AI because AI is built to understand you, and it's built to formulate and agree with you and all of that shit. That's the meaning of it. It's a whole thing that it's built to cater to you. So people are going to, this person don't want to answer when I call, I'm gonna talk to my AI shit. So that's where we're going, people. That's where we're going. If y'all don't wake the fuck up or find somebody that you're compatible with, people are just going to be saying fuck it and start dealing with their AI shit. That's what it is, man. I think it is weird, Aisha, but to some people, it's not weird at all. To some people, it's not weird at all. They cool with it. Like, they feel safer. It's like the lady was saying, it's always available. Yeah, I seen somebody else in the chat saying it's nothing like the real thing. That's a great point. And I don't think there will ever be anything like the real thing. But most people don't have the real thing anymore. So you have to equate, for the majority of people don't have a companion. They don't have the real thing. And they're tired of looking, and they're just tired. So they will quickly grasp to the AI shit, and just so they can have something or somebody to talk to. Man. They are stuck in this imaginary world, because to them it's not imaginary. To them it's very real. To them it's very real. I'll see you in the chat, Skitty. Wait a minute. What's the strange addiction with the blow up doll? What is happening right now? The strange addiction with the girlfriend blow up doll. Yeah, a lot of niggas is going to be attracted or like have addictions to blow up dolls because they just trying to get a nut off. Like, they ain't trying to go through the conversation, the getting to know you, the rejections, the paying for it, whatever it may be. So yeah, there's probably more people than we know got addictions to blow up dolls. Nah, he treats it like it's real, because to him it is real. He his nut, when he busts that nut, it'd be real. So to him it is real, and it don't talk back. What is a snowman? Not a snowman is better than no man. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's on TLC. What's on TLC? That addiction, John. Technology definitely fucked up the world, baby hairs. That's why I'll be trying to tell y'all. As much as I love technology, I was the first person, or I was maybe the last person who was on cell phones. I used to be like, "Nah, I'm good. It's just too much. Y'all gotta learn how to put y'all phones down and start living and enjoying life, man." We're talking about people that got AI boyfriends and girlfriends, Angelia. That's a fact. Aisha, it don't talk back. It don't tell you no. It don't tell you I got a headache. It don't tell you I don't feel like it right now. It's just on go. It's just on go. I don't think people don't know how to have conversations anymore. I never thought that people knew how to have conversations. And they're definitely scared because people don't like rejection, or just they don't want to hear what they don't want to hear. A lot of times people don't talk just in general because they don't want the judgment. They don't want to be judged. She said they got fantasy relationships. That's a fact. That's a fact. Not Slaughterhouse in the building. What up? S gang Slaughterhouse. What up? Slaughter gang. What up? Where's CC at? Where's CC at? Do y'all think that people are too lazy to put the work into relationships? That's like a twofold question, because I feel like some people are too lazy to put in the work, and I also feel like sometimes that relationship ain't worth the work. Yeah, that relationship ain't worth the work. That's why this episode is entitled "They're Not Listening." Diana, I'm trying to tell them. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all want to act like I'm crazy. You, Nadine, you're the Slaughter Gang member. What up? What up, man? All right, I'm trying to wait for Skinny to see if Skinny's going to pop back in before we get up out of here, people. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments? I'm gonna save a couple of the other topics and for the ladies to come back. I will speak on that DC topic in a second. All right, so Aisha said it has to be worth it, or I'm not putting in on shit. Yeah, so we have to be mindful of just talking to people just for the sake of talking to somebody. A lot of the times when I have these conversations with whether it be men or women, and the first thing you ask them is, do you feel like this person is aligned with you? Do you feel like y'all are compatible? And normally, probably 8 times out of 10, the person says no. So why are you even entertaining somebody who's not aligned with you or compatible with you? Like, where do you think that's going? And then you'll hear people say opposites attract, or we balance each other out. And that's a possibility, but I would say that opposites attract until they don't. When you start talking to somebody and you're in the giggly mode, yeah, y'all may balance each other out. But those same things, the same things that you start liking about a person, normally be the same things that you start hating about a person when you're not aligned or compatible. I think sometimes relationships are hard because you're not with the person you're supposed to be with. So, I mean, it all depends on who you are as a person, how y'all communicate, how y'all work shit out. Let me see, man. people be selfish when it comes to relationships. It just be all about them and they feelings. They don't consider their partner at all. I don't think that that's a relationship. I think that person's, you might want a relationship with that person, but that person is in a relationship with themselves. So a lot of people are inconsiderate, and selfish when it comes to relationships. I had to learn that. I used to be selfish myself, and you just have to learn that. That's the thing that you got to learn sometimes, to not be selfish and consider the other person in relationships. She said, when you hesitate when I ask you what your goals are and aspirations, I'm out, because how you don't know. Um, that's not necessarily a thing, because everybody doesn't have aspirations or goals. I mean, should you? That's debatable. That's debatable. Most people would say you should have aspirations or goals, but most people are still trying to learn what their aspirations or goals, or they just might not have none, and that's okay too. You as a person, you don't have to have aspirations or goals. You have to know what your purpose is. So when you know what your purpose is, then you can find out what your aspirations and goals are.
I am disturbed. I am disturbed because my love language is physical touch, and I want some human physical touch. I'm not with it. But to each his own. Some people are very awkward, and some people I'm not what nobody is into. So that's what you're into. That is not nothing that I am remotely into.
That's a fact. Like, we know those nerdy people who are just socially awkward, and they can't talk to people.
And that's perfect for them.
Yeah.
That is perfect for them.
Yeah,
but not for me.